YouTubers, and welcome back to my channel. I am James the Green Man Alchemist, and you're here to see part 2 of the awaited, I guess the last step to preparing our Rosemary Chamomile hair rinse. So this is what it is. Again, I forgot to mention in the previous video for the new moon water infusion to make sure to label, put the date that you started the infusion, what's in it, and any other kind of interesting things you want to add in there. For example, if you're starting off and you don't know what the herbs are for, then you might want to put a reminder, hey, this is for love, or this is for clearing acne, or whatever it is. But as you can see, I started this on the 4th. It's been over a month. You can see the very beautiful color. It's like a yellowish, almost an amber color on the very bottom. And you can clearly see that everything has expanded. I've had to, on several occasions, add extra vinegar because the plants kept absorbing it. So one thing you want before we begin, you need a few items to start. You need a bowl to capture your strained, because we're straining our vinegar mixture so that way we can bottle it. And what we're going to do, since this is for your hair, and it's going to be very runny, so it's liquid, it's water or vinegar, I'm going to be using a spray bottle. Got this at my 99-cent store. If you have one laying around from a different beauty product, use that instead. Again, reuse, repurpose, recycle. But since I shave my head, I don't really use this kind of stuff. But even if like you have facial hair, you want to make sure that it's shiny and smooth. And again, this is for hair that's really dry, unmanageable, and tends to like if you get dandruff, flakes, or stuff like that, this home remedy will fix that. So if you want to learn how to make this, go to my previous video. I'll link it either in the beginning or end of this video, so you can learn how to make it. It's pretty easy. If you're a garden witch or just a gardener in general, and you have these items, you can definitely grow your own. I will have dried chamomile and rosemary seeds on my Etsy shop, so just make sure to go to my Etsy shop, the Green Man Alchemist. I'll put a link in the description bar, or box, sorry, for you to check that out. This bottle, I don't know where I got it from. It was either Amazon or maybe a craft store, but I don't know. It came with the cork, and as I explained in the previous video, I put a thin piece of plastic that I know that would be durable and not tear when I put the cork in. And the purpose of that is to keep moisture out and keep it from evaporating the essential oils and the vinegar. Another thing you'll need is a strainer and some type of cheesecloth or very thin material. This I got at my local Dollar Tree. I cut it up to size because, again, why put a long piece of cloth on it, because it's just going to drag and create more difficulty for you. So I'm going to uncork this, and I'm just going to pull on the plastic flaps as well as holding this, but I'm going to hold it upright so it doesn't spill. Perfect. And I just gave it a quick whiff because I want to make sure that it doesn't have any kind of weird smell. If it smells weird, and if it doesn't smell like the herbs and it's just very bitter, it's not good, because that means moisture and heat got into it, and that's room for bacteria. So we're gonna pour as much as we can, and you'll see the plant matter. Not all the plant matter is going to come out, and that's okay, and I don't expect it to. You can get some kind of I don't know if I have any with me. I don't, but basically if you wanted to press these and get these out, let me see if I can. I can't. It wants to. Oh, there we go. And this is another reason why I put big chunks of herbs, because when you put them in small chunks, it will not come out. And if it will come out of the bottle, but it will also go through your mesh cloth as well as your strainer. So there's no point to it, because then it's going to get into your mixture, and you don't want that, because then more bacteria might come out. So I'm lucky because this is actually coming out. But you might want to use some kind of skewer of some sort, either wooden or plastic. You don't want to try anything with, that's as much as I'm going to get out of it. I'll just rinse that out and pick the rest out. So I'm just going to cork this back up, put it aside, and gather the four corners. You always want to get the opposites first. And then get the other opposite and gently squeeze. You don't want to press too hard. I want you to see what I'm doing. Get that extra water out. And if you squeeze too hard, again, that plant matter will come through. Another thing you can do is just let it sit there. It'll take a long time, but that's another way to keep from having your plant material go through. And then this, do not throw it away. Compost it. If you're a gardener, this can be turned into black gold. And what black gold is just compost. It's good for your plants, it's good for your soil. If you're going to be doing any other straining other than what you're currently working on, basically if you're doing another project, you need to clean your strainer thoroughly, and you need to change your mesh cloth, or wash it with just hand soap, make sure there's no plant material in it, or just get another piece. And don't throw away the mesh cloth, because you can reuse it. Just make sure to clean it. So look at this beautiful dark sunflower color. It smells fantastic. I don't even have to be that close to it to smell it. So we're going to open our aluminum spray bottle. This is what it looks like. And before you get any spray bottles, if it's something you haven't used already, again, sorry, that's my animals trying to scratch in my door. You want to make sure that there's no dents, or that the spray bottle actually sprays. And you can feel that by putting your hand to it, and well, when it's in the can anyways, and do a couple squeezes. If you don't feel anything, then it may not work. So again, with a clean funnel, I have a few that I got on Amazon. I will link that below, again, in the comment section, and I will funnel this into here. Anything extra, I doubt that there will be any extra, I'll put into a container such as this. So again, I got this online, so I'll link that below in the description box. Let's see. So I'm going to pause this really quick. I'm going to funnel this in here into this container. One thing you probably can't notice unless you have a really good computer with high def, you will notice that there are some particles in here, very minimal. That I don't care about. But if you want, you can strain it again with a couple layers of cheesecloth or mesh cloth to get that out. But again, not a big deal. This mixture, once it's been strained and out of the bottle, if you keep it refrigerated, some people say it can last for a couple weeks. It's vinegar. You know, you use it for pickling. It can last for a long time. Another thing you can use, is one of these bottles. I got this from Michael's. And as long as it has the lid on it, then it'll be airtight. Let me put that back. Perfect. Okay. So I'll pause the video, let me funnel it, and then I'll come back. So I'm back. I know you can't see here, but this is probably about 2/3 of the way, and that's because I should have used a bigger filter funnel for this. The small filters or funnels are more for projects like this, so I lost a little bit, but no big deal. One thing I do want to give you a tidbit is, once you've completely funneled the mixture into your container, make sure that you clean off any excess tincture or brew or infusion. Make sure to clean the rim. It's very important. And I know my fingers are dirty. I was gardening earlier, but it's neither here or there. So what you want to do now is close it up very tightly, not to the point where you'll break it, and give it a few squeezes. Let the air come out and then collect the liquid into the tube, and there you go. Now this you can either spray directly onto your hair or put into your palm, put it into your hands, and then rub it into your hair. Like me, I just could rub it in. I'm rubbing it into my scalp at the present moment. When you do that, you basically want to shower first. Use a shampoo that doesn't have any kind of chemicals, that's natural. Either you can make it yourself. I'll probably do a tutorial about making your own liquid soaps, or even bar soaps that you can use for your hair, like an all-purpose shampoo. So once that's clean, make sure it doesn't have any fragrances, unless it has like beneficial pure essential oils and not chemicals. But once you finish your shampoo, air dry it, or not air dry it, but towel dry it. Then you want to saturate your hair from the roots to the tips. Do not pat it dry. Let it air dry so it can work its magic. And you're done. You can comb your hair and let it, it'll untangle it. And with these two herbs, it will keep your hair manageable, help it grow faster, get rid of dandruff. Many benefits. If you look up benefits for rosemary and chamomile, if you have very sensitive skin, the chamomile will help with that to kind of calm it down. So that's pretty much it. This is, I know, it's kind of short video on the part 2 of straining and completing the rosemary chamomile infusion. So I hope you liked it. Please subscribe again to my channel, hit the bell notification to get updates and on new content. Follow me on Twitch if you're into games. I'll put all the links and videos up for you to watch. Make sure to comment, share these videos on your social media outlets. Thank you for watching and enjoy.